Dear viewers, we here at Treesicle accept and acknowledge that Mario Odyssey came out over a month ago and that this video is late. However, I have a reason for that. It was just so damn good! I just really wanted to enjoy my time with it and delve into the magic and mystery of the first traditional 3D Mario game in like forever. Obviously, the entire universe is in agreement that Odyssey is awesome. For the first time in a long time, I was glued to the screen for what seemed like days on end, finding everything I could in the game, collecting all the costumes and getting all the moons. Oh god, so many moons! And that jingle, it's so satisfying. It makes me feel so accomplished. I feel so fulfilled right now. We're here because along with its stunning visuals and excellent gameplay, Mario Odyssey also came with a hint, a little nugget of visual information that could change the way we look at the world of Mario. Nay, the world of Nintendo, forever. Something that brings us closer to finally understanding all the missing aspects of Mario lore and Nintendo continuity as a whole. Yes, gentle viewer, it's that big. So come with me and you'll see a land of Mario and wonder as we dig into the world of Odyssey. Oh god, yes! First off, if you haven't played Mario Odyssey yet, there will be spoilers. This theory delves deep into the actual world of the game, so if you don't want levels spoiled for you, well, this is your warning. Moving on. Unlike any Mario game before, in this new title we find our favorite guy who used to be a plumber traveling across vast distances to different kingdoms which all exist on the same planet. Alright, well, maybe that has happened before, but what's really new is the map, which is actually more of a satellite view of the entire planet, but I digress. This simple mechanic is an absolute game changer when it comes to the way we look at the world of Mario. Starting out in the Cap Kingdom and working your way across the globe, you get a really good idea of the scope of the world and the different places that exist within it. Personally, I figured this was some alternate world that Mario ended up in. I thought it was going to be a big story twist in the end, revealing that Mario was actually asleep or something again, but no. This globe we trod is Mario's home planet. Totally legit canon. And see this? This little island shaped like a mushroom right there? That's the Mushroom Kingdom. That tiny piece of land is where 90% of Mario's adventures have taken place, including Paper Mario games, Mario RPG, and the Mario Party games. This also means that this island has just about every type of geographical formation and climate on it as well. Weird stuff. It's only unlocked after beating the main story, but this bonus content was just so revolutionary that I was stunned. Before now, there was never any indication of the way the Mushroom Kingdom worked, or even what it was. Was it a nation? Was it an entire world? Was it a dimension? No one knew. But now we have definitive proof that it's just a frickin' little island. This is crazy! And if you're not convinced whether the Odyssey map is canon, let me direct you to this right here, Isle Delfino. And let me remind you that the castle you arrive in at the Mushroom Kingdom is Peach's castle from Mario 64. There's also Mario Galaxy's star bits flying around in the Moon Kingdom as well. This ties all of the major 3D Mario games together in Odyssey, which is nuts. See, there is a bigger picture here. None of these things were done by accident. But even more, and possibly more importantly, is one of my favorite and one of the most iconic levels in the game, New Donk City. Metro Kingdom is a region Mario visits about halfway through his adventure, and it's amazingly designed and a great playground. However, for our purposes, it's a giant clue to our puzzle, which is the world of Mario. Obviously, New Donk is a reference to Donkey Kong. Some of you may not know, but Mario originally appeared as Jumpman in Donkey Kong, released in arcades in 1981. Jumpman's name was later retconned to be Mario in future titles. Since then, Mario and Donkey Kong have appeared together in many games, but not in any main titles for either franchise. This created the assumption that games that had both characters either took place in an alternate reality or had no canon place in the world of either character. However, we now know that isn't the case. Not only does New Donk City exist on the same planet as the Mushroom Kingdom, but it doesn't just reference Donkey Kong as he was known specifically in the Mario franchise. Throughout the city, you will see ads and street signs which showcase the entire DK crew from Diddy and Dixie to King K. Rool, and even side characters like Rambi the Rhino. Meaning, not only does Donkey Kong exist within the official Mario canon, but so does all of Donkey Kong Country games as well as Kong Island. This is significant because Nintendo didn't create the Donkey Kong we know now. They created his grandfather, which we now know as Cranky Kong. The DK in modern games is Donkey Kong Jr.'s son, and he and his crew were created by Rareware. But it all still exists within the world of Mario. So this map of the Mario world given to us in Odyssey hides many secrets. Somewhere on it is a couple of places not specifically showcased, like Isle Delfino, one of them being Kong Island, and another one obviously being Yoshi's Island, the setting for Super Mario World. But what if there were more? What if map and game design are just subtle attempts to hint at something much larger within the Nintendo universe? I mean, why officially tie Mario and Donkey Kong back together now? There has to be a point to it, other than nostalgia pandering. Well, let's take a look at a few franchises we took as spin-offs and non-canon. Specifically Mario Kart and Super Smash Bros. Both of these games feature characters and levels from Mario games, notably the Mushroom Kingdom in Isle Delfino, as well as the Mario Galaxy level in Smash 4. But they also include something from every other franchise represented in the roster as well. Mario Kart 8 has courses ranging from Excite Bike to the Animal Crossing Village and even Hyrule. And Super Smash Bros. Is even more extensive in its character showcase. Previously, this was seen as an obvious use of assets in each game to properly represent all the IPs. But can we still look at it this way? Our buddy Brad over at Swanky Box recently did a video on an old Mario comic featuring Mega Man and Dr. Light. And there's many more comics from that era featuring mashups like Mario and Link as well. With little inferences like these, the crossover series like Mario Kart and Super Smash Bros., and now Mario Odyssey directly tying in the rare DK universe to the Mario universe, could Nintendo be working on something huge? I think so. I think so. I think so. I think the answer is yes. But I want to point out a couple more pieces of evidence. The first being the Ruined Kingdom. While this level is extremely small, it gave us something entirely new in the Mario universe. A realistic looking dragon in a torn down castle. Lots of people have said it looks like a Dark Souls boss, and while I agree, I'd have to say because it's Nintendo I would equate it to a Zelda boss, or a Fire Emblem boss, which is interesting. There's also the realistic looking people from New Donk City and all the drastically different aesthetics and populations of each kingdom, which shows how incredibly diverse the planet is biologically and geographically. Hell, there's a whole region made out of food! So what if the world of Odyssey isn't Mushroom Kingdom planet? What if it was Planet Nintendo? Think about it. We have the Mario and Donkey Kong universes tied together on a planet which includes all of the golf courses and sports arenas and racetracks and game lands from all the Mario spin-offs. This leaves only Super Smash Bros. In the ether. The truly weird Nintendo characters live in space, like Samus and Captain Falcon, as well as the Star Fox crew. We know that Kirby lives on Planet Popstar and the Pokemon are from the Pokemon world. But what if all these planets and monsters and heroes all existed in the same universe? What if Kirby comes crashing down on Mario's planet, or the space pirates kidnap Peach and Mario and Samus have to team up? How about the more terrestrial characters like the ones from the Zelda and Fire Emblem series? Pit, Rob, Ness, Little Mac. What if all these characters exist on this Nintendo planet we're just now getting to see? Given all the different environments and how none of the kingdoms tie together in any particular way, it's totally conceivable. But why do this? Because people love extended universes and mainline crossovers. Look at the Marvel Cinematic Universe. These have been some of the highest grossing films of all time, and certainly the most consistently high grossing films of the past decade. People love seeing their favorite characters team up to save the day. However, if you look at the DC Cinematic Universe, you can't help but see how you have to build that universe up. Marvel started small with a select group of well-known heroes in individual films which all did well separately, and then combined them all in the Avengers to make one money-making powerhouse film. DC, well, at least they have Wonder Woman. Anyway, Nintendo now has the ability to make a canon Mario Donkey Kong game without having to make it a spin-off title or an alternate universe title. The company is also working on a Mario movie which can now feature DK without breaking or creating new canon as well. Including all their characters, they could easily follow Marvel and make a Super Smash Bros. Movie in 5 years if they play their cards right. For now though, we'll have to sit back and see what they do. Maybe we'll get a Mario Odyssey DLC and be able to visit the Hyrule Kingdom, or the Animal Crossing Kingdom. Who knows? This is a weird face. This is a really weird face. Regardless, there's a lot to speculate on and figure out regarding this new map. What do you think? Do you think Nintendo is planning on tying all their franchises together into a Nintendo extended universe? Or do you think they're absorbing DK and that's it? Let me know in the comments down below. Personally, I hope they combine everything and give us an extensive map of the entire Nintendo planet. I'd love to know where on the map Giant Land from Mario 3 is. And remember, all the worlds in Mario 3 have different kings, so they must be different kingdoms as well. Anyway, give the video a like if you liked it, subscribe if you haven't yet, but for now, it's time for me to stop recording and play some more Mario Odyssey, so I'll see y'all next time. Toodles! And Super Smash Bros. Is even more extensive in its character shows. Wow. Its character showcase.